Hey, welcome back to another edition of Babyface Brew Review. My name is Alex. I'll be guiding you guys and gals through this beer here today for the next couple minutes, so thanks for joining me. This is Lucky 13 by Lagunitas Brewing Company out of Petaluma, California, Chicago, Illinois, and soon to be Azusa, California as well. Been on a little bit of a Lagunitas kick, which is no problem with me. One of my favorite brewers, as you can see here. This one I've had a few times before. It came out last year for the first time in a while as a limited release. It is available April through June. It is characterized in the genre of a Mondo red ale, so like an imperial red ale. But if we know Lagunitas Brewing Company, they hop up the hell out of their beer, so it's probably more of like a red IPA, to be honest with you. But if I do remember, I won't give it too much away, but there is some like nice malt backbone and sweetness to this beer. So all that said, let's get into the accolades on this beer. Beer Advocate gives it a 92 overall and a 94 from the Alstrom Bros, putting it in that outstanding category. And then Rate Beer, the folks over there give it a 98 overall and a 95 in the style. So some really, really good stuff going on there. Untapped, I believe, has it at 3.89 caps. The bottling date, you can always find it on the neck here. It's a Julian code. You just got to look for it. Is 79, which puts it the 79th day of the year, which is March 20th in 2017. So today's date is April the 6th, so it's just over a couple weeks old, still pretty fresh. It's a big-ass beer, 8.8% alcohol by volume. The IBU content is a little sketchy. Last year's was 55 from what my notes say. I don't have anything on the bottle here that's labeled that. The website says 64. Sometimes the Lagunitas website is wrong, honestly, like from what their bottle says and what the website says, but that's that's something for another day or whatnot. So, yeah, we're going to go with 64 on the IBU content, but I'm sure that malt sweetness from this beer will definitely balance out some of that. So, with all that said, let's pop the top and see what's going on in the 2017 limited release of Lucky 13 by Lagunitas. Alrighty. Slow down on the pour there before we get a 9-finger head. Yeah, super aggressive pour on my behalf. Tisk tisk. Okay. Really, yes, I don't remember it being this carbonated. Or I guess I'm just trigger happy today. So, really like amberish, like a caramel, dark copper, auburn looking color. It's a really nice head. I mean, I poured it very aggressive. It should be like 2.5 fingers. This one's more than 3. Very tightly compact towards the bottom, and getting sub-sudsy towards the top. We're getting quite a bit of carbonation. I mean, quite a bit for an 8.8% beer streaming up from the bottom. But it looks really nice. It probably, if I had room to swirl it around, yeah, we get a little bit there of sticky glass lacing. And I'm sure we get some alcohol legs as we drink down. But really nice beer, awesome clarity. You can see my reflection through the glass. Let's get an aroma and a smell on this bad boy. Yeah, nice. Interesting. Okay, cool. So like, I'm actually getting like a little bit of tropical fruit from this one. So I'm getting pineapple. I'm getting like a little bit of tangerine as well. Like maybe a touch of apricot. Definitely getting some piney, like resiny hops in this. Citrus character as well. I'm getting orange. I'm also getting some grapefruit, some orange zest. I'm also getting a big like bready caramel sweetness from this one, and also at the same time like a toasted element as well. There's like a little bit of like this Amarillo hop complexion. I mean, I think it's Amarillo, but I could be completely wrong. But it has like an Amarillo aroma to it. It also has this like toffee sweetness to it as well. Kind of like, yeah, really interesting malt bill here. And then you're getting like some like pine soli hops, like some piney hops as well. Really interesting stuff, but definitely a hoppy red ale, imperial red ale. Anyway, cheers, whatever you want to call it. Let's dive into the Lucky 13 by Lagunitas Brewing Company. Cheers. This is really nice. I'm very impressed by this year's batch. Wow. I don't think I have it cold enough, but even so, damn, this is super drinkable. I'm very, very impressed. Last year's, I remember there was like this really like almost overwhelmingly sweetness. It's a lot drier this year in the finish, which I think is awesome. It adds really to the drinkability of the beer. Definitely hoppy up front. You do get a little bit of that 64 IBUs from what we think it could be. Then middle, transcending into that. I don't get as much of like the tropical fruit in the taste as I did in the aroma, but I'm getting more of like citrus fruit. I'm getting orange, grapefruit, a little bit of tangerine, and then middle of the mouth, I'm definitely getting that like toasted malt, like that caramel bready sweetness to it to kind of mellow out some of those hops. It's really nice. There's almost like a rye spiciness to it as well. Maybe like a touch of dankness, and then on the back end, I'm getting like this earthy, piney quality to it, finishing bitter, but there is a little bit of like a battle between the sweetness. It's really nice though. I'm very impressed by this year's batch, seriously, to be candid. It's nice. There also is a nice toffee quality to it as well, middle of the mouth, going along with that like toasted bready caramel sweetness, if that makes sense at all to you, because I know those are kind of conflicting points, but it is very interesting. It's a very it's a complex beer, but it drinks really, really well for 8.5%. There's a touch of alcohol, but it's really nothing that you can't handle. It's not overwhelming at all by any means. Yeah, this is awesome. This year's batch is really good. Mouthfeel, definitely a medium mouthfeel. The carbonation, it seems more active in the glass than it is on the palate. It's definitely like a low to medium carbonation. It's really nice for the style. It's almost refreshing in a sense. It's a tad sticky on the mouth as well. That's kind of traditional with Lagunitas in regards to the hops they use, and maybe even a little bit oily as well. It's really nice for 8.8%. It's balanced. It's definitely balanced for a red ale. So, with all that said and considered, I really like this. You can tell I'm kind of digging this one this year. I'm going to give it a 94. I'm going to give it a 94. It's an A. It's an A beer for me this year. I really like what they did. Epic glass lacing, as you can see. I've almost drank half the thing. It's really, really drinkable. So, with all that said, let me know what you guys think. Please leave your comments below. Like, subscribe. Let's keep this thing growing all together. Let's go back and forth on the jargon and the dialogue. I'd love to see those comments below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Please let me know by leaving that all below. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys and gals, like always. Cheers, Prost. We will see you all next time on Babyface Brew Review. Thank you so much for stopping by.